Be joining us from the ground right now to bring us those details. As Thabir was saying, so Thabir has told us much of what Kamalika had also told us. No casualties, a derailment taking place, 5 bogies as of now. This was a train that was carrying limestone. Now let's go back to my colleague Akash for a larger picture on this story. Akash, when you look at numbers, the NCRB data says that there are about 17,000 railway accidents that were reported in 2021 itself. And then when you take a deeper look at some of that data, it seems that 7 in 10 railway accidents that occurred, for example, in a 3-year span, 2018 to 2021, 7 in 10 of those were due to derailments. Can you tell us more about why derailments are such a central cause to accidents around the country?
So there are multiple reports to it. There are multiple reports on the basis of which, in fact, you are talking about the derailments, and it is somewhere true. But there can be multiple reasons because you see, track and train are not, are the different properties and different. We should say that departments of railways take care of both these trains, both these properties. We have rolling stock. There can be a problem of rolling stock. There can be a problem of signaling that comes under signal and signals. That there can be a problem of track maintenance that comes under maintenance, of course, or there can be some operational issue as well that comes under operational department. So, it is premature to say as to if it was a fault of the track maintenance or these accidents or these incidents are only dependent on the track maintenance. It will be premature to say, but still talking about the particular incident, we don't know as to what is the reason behind it. But railway officers as of now are saying that this has happened in the private siding, and where they are waiting for further more details. It was a goods train, so there can be a possibility that because of whenever train goes to shunting area. We know a lot many things come in between. Whenever a train goes to shunting area, we don't know as to if it was going for shunting because railway is saying that it is a private siding. So we'll wait for some more detail as to what actually happened. But this was a goods train, and the relieving part is that we are learning about no injuries as of now. So everything is safe and sound. Only the 5 Wagons have derailed. We don't know the cause, and in some time from now, we'll get some sort of clarity from the railways.
Akash, let me just check if Thabir remains with us. Thabir, are you still with us by any chance? All right, I think Akash, you would remain with us. Akash is my colleague who provides us with context around transport, defense, infrastructure. Akash, I just want to come over to you for another aspect of the data we're looking at right now. The same NCRB data says that in the 13,000 incidents that were just train accidents that took place in 2020, you have about 32 lives that are lost daily. Now, in the ranking of states that see most accidents when it comes to trains, you have Maharashtra at number 1, UP at number 2. Does Odisha fall at all in the top 5? I'm asking you this obviously because this is the second incident in the last few days. But I don't want our audiences to misunderstand this data at all because these 2 incidents have taken place back to back. Is Odisha a state that commonly sees such issues?
Rather than the state-wise comparison, in railways, we do zone-wise comparison. And, we have in total 17 zones throughout the country. As far as this particular derailment is concerned, so I'm learning that this was a part of East Coastal Railways, which is the coastal belt and, the zone that lies on that particular belt. The incident that happened on Friday was in Odisha in a different zone. But as of now, since I don't have the exact data of what actually happened in the last year, but experts somewhere say that since 2014 and 2015, kind of incidents that have happened, there has been gap of what we consider in comparison. We used to have the loss of life, more than what we are reporting as of now in comparison to the same. So, a lot of these things are dependent on a lot many things, and still, this is the reason why I'm mentioning it again and again that we'll have to wait as to what was the actual cause of this particular incident, including what actually happened in the Friday's case, where we had one derailment because of which we had another train got derailed, and after that we have more than 270 passengers died in that particular incident, and obviously the injuries that were more than 900. So as of now, we'll wait for the official confirmation from the railways. But yes, 5 wagons have derailed, and this was a good strain. Private siding is what we are learning, and in some time from now, we're expecting that railways will give some sort of clarity as to what actually happened, if it was a track fracture or if it was some other issue.
Okay, Akash, I want to ask you now, let's focus on the incident that took place in Balasore on Friday that you were touching on. We know that yesterday the Railways Minister announced that the CBI will be investigating this incident. And prima facie, it seems as if what the Railway Minister was implying is that there could have been some kind of human interaction in the incident that actually led to the incident itself taking place. But Akash, in the last few days, the experts that have come forward to comment on the accident that took place on Friday, is there a larger sense among industry experts that there is a nationwide uphaul that is required to our railways, or is that not a sentiment that is coming through? Is it instead a sentiment that no, our railways are as equipped as they should be?
No, so there are always, there is always a chance of improvement. And as far as railways is concerned, so it's a prime carrier, it's a national carrier, and as far as these improvements are concerned, so there is always a chance. In fact, the officers in the railways are commenting that they'll be checking as to what could have been, done in the Balasore case. But yes, in Balasore case, in fact, yesterday, a member of the railway board highlighted that there is a possibility of signal interference. Signal interference can happen, with by the manual intervention or by some technical failure. So this is a matter of investigation. In fact, yesterday, this particular case, has been recommended to CBI, and CBI is expected to take the inquiry and the investigation forward. And we'll get to know as to who was on fault. But you see, initial reports, in fact, the sources of this thing, that in this case, the possibility, in fact, the cause that is coming to fore is not technically possible. Because you see, this whole system, daily we have thousands of trains operating within Indian Railways in several zones, several divisions. And, this is a failure-proof system that we are using in Indian Railways. The automatic signaling, the automatic interlocking, and these things are interconnected. Whenever we talk about interlocking, so there are several conditions. After fulfillment of those conditions only, we get green signal for any train. And after getting green signal, you cannot actually change the point, which allegedly is what has happened in Balasore, where there are initial informations where it has been said, in fact, by the means of sources we are getting, that initially the signal was given for up line and the train went to the loop line. We still have no clarity from railways, because railways saying that they are still investigating the matter, but technically also it is not possible. So there are a number of questions that need to be answered at this point in time. But again, Toya, this is a constant process, and Indian Railways is such a huge system where, we have different departments, and I'm mentioning it again and again that we have several different departments. And, from last so many years, we have railways successfully carrying passengers from one point to another. Yes, there have been incidents. We have reported accidents as well. But, that doesn't mean that we have, a sort of failure in operations of railways, because on a daily basis, thousands of trains are getting operated.